y'all can sleep pretty much with, like, if you want to sleep with a guy, there's a good chance you can do it. It's not clear to me if each of those men you'll be able to secure for long-term commitment. So the W for you is getting commitment. The W for the guy is just getting you into bed.
But why would I continue to try to get commitment from you if you don't want it? So I'm not going to try. I'm going to go elsewhere. If I wanted commitment, I'm speaking hypothetically.
Well, if you keep trying before you ever sleep with them and you tell them that you want a serious relationship with them and you're seeking that, then that would be the W for you if you show them that that's what you want before you sleep with them.
But I mean, your argument was, well, it should be like kind of 50-50, or no, you didn't. I
didn't say that.
Well, you said meet halfway, and it's the guy's duty to ask.
I said if I'm showing you interest, then and you're showing me interest. That's what I'm saying. Like us putting both in, like both effort,
putting both
effort into into the commitment of being in a relationship.
Well, yeah, you should both.
But I'm not saying it's like his duty.
That's what you said.
But it's also not.
Rewind the tape.
But a man's like
it's a man's job. I don't know the exact framing, but to the essence of, you said it's the man should be the one.
Well, you don't want to take a man and like demasculate. How do you say the word?
Emasculate?
Demasculate him, right? So it's like, to a point, I'm not going to be like, do you want to be my boyfriend? Do you want to marry me? Like, I don't think that I'm going to be the one asking you to marry me. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean?
But I don't think that would be demasculating. I think that would be actually showing how much effort you're putting in.
But I'm not proposing first.
We're talking about like the first talking stages, though, of like actually securing the commitment.
I think a guy would be psyched.
You shouldn't ask him to like marry you.
Well, personally, I'm just saying I'm not going to be like, do you want to be my boyfriend? So that's just me, personally.
And you said that because you think that's...
No, like I just think that if you like me enough, then you will ask. And I'm showing you all the green flags of like, I'm interested in you and all this stuff, then...
Yeah, to what you're saying, well, if he doesn't ask and he doesn't like you that much, so why... And this is what you're saying, so why would we push for something that... If it's going to happen, it's obviously going to happen if he likes you that much. So why am I going to, with a guy that doesn't like me that much, beg for him to date me?
Like divine timing, it's going to work.
So when you say beg for the guy to date you, it's not clear to me if asking a guy for commitment is begging. Yeah. But couldn't you just apply the same logic to the male point of view? So could, like in a situation, like for example, let's say you've been texting a guy and then... maybe you both exchanged messages, and then you start thinking, and then he stopped texting you, and then you start thinking, and you didn't double text, like that. Maybe he even sent the last. So couldn't the guy just say the exact same thing, and then you're just in a total stalemate? But what I was trying to bring up is, well, what about a situation where, because there's been girls who've been in a situation is like, he hasn't texted me, and then it's like, well, have you texted him? And the girl's like, nah. And instead of one of you, like, instead of just like taking it upon yourself to text him, your pride gets in the way, you don't text him, he doesn't text you, and then it totally fizzles. Even though both of you could have wanted it, but neither of you were willing to just like reach out.
No, and I completely agree with that. Honestly, I'll double text if like, because it comes to a point where it's like, I'm not gonna ruin something that could be something because it's embarrassing, as some would say, you know. I'm like, I don't want to like, I feel like on TikTok a lot of the stuff is do this to make him like you and sleep with his name under your pillow and all this shit, and I'm not gonna do that.
It's weird. Like we're girls are being really crazy nowadays, and it's like I don't want to like be like, I'm looking for a man, and I don't wake up every day being like, I'm on the hunt for a man. You know what I mean? So it's like,
yeah. So
I agree with what you're saying. I don't agree with what you're saying. I think there is a lot of things that go on the internet in today's age that women are trying to do these witchcraft or mind games that will make the guy like you. But like to your point earlier, if a guy wanted to, he would.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? So, but I also disagree with what you're saying, because I think that it does show initiative if the woman is saying, "Hey, I want you. This is what I want."
Yeah, if I like you, you're gonna know. I am gonna be consistent and persistent. I said that. Like, if I want to have something with you, I'm gonna say that.
Does the same apply to you?
Yeah, I would say there's no shame, and I'm not going to try to act like I don't have feelings and stuff, like I would say, yeah, like I'll make it clear.
I think that's what we're saying, though. Like, it definitely has to be reciprocated. Like you said earlier, if he asked for a commitment, you would be okay with it.
Yeah.
But she did also say earlier that she wouldn't have the conversation herself.
No, that's what I'm saying. Like, you both have to try. Like, it's like if a guy wants to, he would, but if you wanted to, you would also.
Yeah.
And
No,
I
that's
That's
true,
what
Maddie.
we're trying to
That's
But
right.
then there's always the way you can tell how a man feels about you and how that conversation's going to go. And do I want to waste my time and hurt my feelings and have that conversation, or do I just want to let it go? Like, there's some, maybe I will want it bad enough to have that conversation, but
What
if I
does-
know exactly, like, if I have a feeling how that conversation's going to go, then why waste my time?
What's up?
So, like, when you meet a potential lady that you're maybe wanting to invest your time in, do you just, like, when you meet her, you're like, okay, this is wifey material, and this is just, or maybe she's not wifey material, but she's just fun for the meantime? Is that, like, do you put girls when you meet them, like, in that category of this is like a long-term relationship material girl, or is this a girl that I'm just gonna do the whole what did you guys call booty call thing? Do you do that? Because I do that.
You do that?
I do that. When I meet people, I put them into a category. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think I maybe operate a little differently than some men on this, but I'm not even interested if a girl up front doesn't fall into the potential long-term, potential girlfriend category, not interested. I won't, like, even if I could have sex with her, not interested. So, but she can be in that category, but then, like, as throughout the pursuit, I can be like, oh, there's, like, red flags coming up. There's a difference of values, whatever. And then, but it wouldn't be like she goes into the other category. She goes into the I'm not talking to you anymore category.
Okay.
But yeah, so I mean, as far as my vetting and screening for a girl, I'm not going to go out with a girl. I'm not going to sleep with a girl that I don't have long-term interest in. So I have no interest in sleeping with a girl once, never seeing her again. No interest, like, seeing a girl once or twice, hooking up, and then never seeing her again. Not worth my time. So,
I love that.
Doc Venabilly donated $100. The only men that can have multiple O's are the same men that can menstruate. These gals spew the nonsense that passes for education these days.
Hey, Doc.
God help us all.
Yo, Doc, good to see you in the chat, man. I haven't seen you in a while, I think. Appreciate the TTS, man. It's exceedingly rare I've heard some guys can not have a refractory period. But to be charitable to them, they were saying, well, it's not really that. It's just they're refractory. There is a refractory period, but it's short, and then they can go 10 times a night. That's a bit.
It
come
depends on the.
That's
Or
a
it's our
lot.
anecdotal
Like,
experience.
Like,
Like,
personal.
I literally know someone who's gone 6 rounds. Like,
Yeah, personal.
Yeah.
Well,
like,
8,
Brian
10,
in our
9,
I don't think
8,
any of us are
7.
claiming
No,
that it's
I'm-
like super common.
I'm staying on 10. Like, I have a friend, personal in my life. Her guy can go 10.
I think that was her.